Chosen ones, the instant that blazing 777 exploded across the thumbnail like a sudden shout from the throne room itself. Something deep in your spirit stood straight up and saluted. Your finger clicked before your mind had time to argue. Your heart was already racing, and now you are here wide awake because you felt it. This was never an accident. In Scripture and in the secret vocabulary God reserves for His remnant, 7777 is the thunderous fourfold echo of divine perfection and completion, the ultimate seal of the God who sits on the throne and declares, "Behold, I make all things new." It is the unmistakable signature that every old restriction, every closed border, every season of being planted in one place has reached its final second. The era of containment is over, and the era of global movement has been birthed. That 7777 was heaven stamping your passport with fire, marking you as one of the chosen ones whose only mission from this moment forward is to travel, to carry the presence of the living God into cities, nations, and continents that have been crying out for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. Before the full weight of this new life crashes in and rewrites your entire future, let us light up the entire earth with the army that is awakening tonight. Drop 777 in the comments right now, together with the city, state, or country you are watching from. Let every angel on assignment, every principality, and every power of darkness see in real time where the traveling remnant is rising. Let the map of the earth begin to burn with the locations of those who are no longer bound to one address, one job, one limitation. If holy fire is surging through your veins, if you feel the wind of the Spirit already pushing at your back, if an ancient wanderlust mixed with divine purpose just ignited in your bones, move in faith right now. Plant a super thanks as an immediate act of obedience and kingdom alignment, because every seed released in this moment becomes rocket fuel that accelerates your departure and clears the path for every chosen one still waiting for their go. Subscribe to turn on all notifications and do not move from this screen until the very last second, because the clock of captivity has just struck its final chime. The gates are swinging wide, the angels of movement are standing at attention, and the exact instructions, the open doors, the supernatural provision, and the nations you have been unknowingly prepared for all your life are being released to you right now. Chosen ones, get ready for your new life, where your only mission is to travel. The journey begins tonight. This is not about running from your life. It is about stepping into the life heaven wrote for you long before you drew your first breath. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 states plainly, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. I ordained you a prophet to the nations." You are not just someone trying to survive another week. You are a soul on assignment, part of a divine deployment. Right now, heaven is calling forth its messengers, not only the ones behind pulpits, but the ones willing to move where the light has grown dim. The ones who will walk into forgotten corners of the world, carrying the fire of God's presence. You are one of them. The discomfort you have felt was never dissatisfaction. It was preparation. God placed you in a holding pattern, not to punish you, but to preserve you, to shield you from people and systems that would have drained your purpose before you could fulfill it. That season of isolation was not abandonment. It was insulation, a divine cocoon. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 6 reminds us that there is a proper time and procedure for every matter. Though mankind is sorely troubled, and now the time is right. Did you feel that snap inside, the holy severing from everything that once defined you? The job that once gave status now feels like an old script you have outgrown. Relationships you leaned on now feel like faded pages from a closed chapter. This is not loss of control. This is holy synchronization. Just as Jonah tried to flee his calling, only to be redirected by a storm and a great fish, and just as Abraham left everything familiar to become the father of many nations, so now you are being called not to a fixed destination, but to obedience. This is not a sabbatical or a break. This is a mission. The world is fractured shadows stretched long across the earth, and places once filled with hope are dimmed by fear and spiritual amnesia. But God has not left this world without light. He has sent you. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1 announces, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon you." You were never meant to be planted in one spot forever. You were created to move to carry His glory from place to place, heart to heart, life to life. For years, your light was too precious to release into survival mode. Heaven waited because your assignment is too holy to be spent merely staying alive. And now that moment has arrived. The call will not always come as a gentle whisper. It will often be a surge, an unmistakable convergence of divine events that feels like a script heaven wrote exclusively for you because it was. You do not need to strive or force anything. In this new season, you will not be pushed by fear. You will be pulled by purpose. Doors will swing open without explanation. A stranger's word may become the signpost to your next step. Provision will appear not in excess, but in exact measure for the next faithful move. You do not need the entire map. You only need the next nudge. Psalm 37:23 assures us, "The steps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord, and He delights in His way." This is spiritual physics, not superstition. When your soul aligns with your assignment, heaven itself rearranges circumstances to serve that mission. The resistance you felt before was the grinding of a soul designed for flight being forced to crawl. But now you will soar. You were never born to hustle inside systems built to contain you. You were born to walk as a living current of heaven on earth. Before any ship can set sail, it must first pull up its anchors. So must you. Not all anchors are visible. Some are buried deep beneath the surface of your subconscious. Quiet, heavy weights that have kept you tethered to a version of life that no longer serves the mission you have been given. These are not just jobs, houses, or habits. They are emotional debts, silent loyalties, outdated beliefs, and invisible programming that taught you stillness was safe and movement was dangerous. Your journey requires motion, and motion demands release. You were taught that success meant staying in one place, building in one direction, rooting deep into one identity, a house, a title, a schedule. You were taught to settle not because God commanded it, but because fear disguised itself as wisdom. The stability you were told to idolize was never truly stable. It was familiar, yes, but not faithful to who you are becoming. Now the Lord is dismantling every false stronghold. It may feel like disruption, but it is divine realignment. Isaiah chapter 43 verse 19 declares, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? What once felt solid may begin to crack. The job that once gave purpose may suddenly feel like confinement. The relationship that once brought comfort may now ring hollow. Do not panic. This is not your world collapsing. It is your foundations being shifted by divine hands. There are also cords you never chose but have carried out of obligation, emotional debts to people who do not understand your calling. Their doubt, fear, and limitations have entangled your energy, making it harder for you to rise. But God is performing a holy serving. Conversations may grow distant. You may feel an unexplained tension. This is not failure. It is spiritual surgery. Their chapter with you was real, but it was also temporary. Jesus instructed in Luke chapter 9 verse 60, "Let the dead bury their own dead, not out of cruelty, but out of clarity." Your loyalty is to the mission, and the mission moves forward. Another heavy anchor is the identity you have worn like a uniform. I'm the reliable one, the provider, the helper. But what if you are far more? There comes a point in every God-ordained transformation where the old identity must be stripped away, not to leave you empty, but to reveal what was always underneath. When Jacob wrestled the angel, he did not just receive a blessing. He lost a name and became Israel through divine encounter, as Genesis chapter 32 verse 28 records. So it is with you. You may feel lost or undefined. Do not rush to fill that void. In that emptiness, your true untethered self is being born, not the version others knew, but the one God has always seen. The final and most deceptive anchor is your own memory of failure. Every leap that ended in a fall, every door that slammed just as you reached it, every echo of not good enough. In this final stage, you will be tested. A door will open only to close again. This is not cruelty. It is your final exam. Heaven is asking, will you choose faith over familiarity? When you pass this test, the last anchor will rise, and you will feel a sudden lightness that is the sensation of a soul finally untethered. You are not being set adrift. You are being set free. This is not instability. This is alignment. The anchors have served their season. Now the winds are shifting, the tide is calling, and the ship is ready. Let the old break away, and let your spirit sail. You have been conditioned to believe the world runs on money that security is earned through hours, logged paychecks collected, and savings piled high. That is the old system. But in the realm of divine movement, money is not the master currency. Alignment is. Synchronicity is your greatest provision. Not coincidence, but confirmation. Not random signs, but coded messages from the King himself. Jesus laid down the principle in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. That was not poetry. It was economics. When you walk in divine purpose, what you need finds you. It starts small, a city in your heart, then a song mentioning it, a stranger talking about it, a flight deal appearing. These are deposits into your trust account. As you honor these signs, you train your spirit to speak the language of synchronicity. It becomes your spiritual GPS. Then comes the tension between vision and visible provision. Belief must precede breakthrough. Elijah did not see the oil multiply before he poured. He poured in obedience, and the miracle followed, as 1 Kings chapter 17 verse 14 recounts. So it will be with you. Philippians chapter 4 verse 19 guarantees, and my God shall supply all your needs according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus. Synchronicity is not only about resources. The richest currency is people divine appointments you never saw coming. Recognition will be instant resonance, immediate. These are your kingdom connections, carrying keys to doors you did not know existed. This new economy demands holy awareness. Learn to listen with your spirit, repeated numbers, echoed phrases, unexplained nudges. When something appears 3 times, pause and ask, Lord, what are you revealing? You are stepping out of the world of force and into the realm of flow, the end of scarcity and the beginning of spiritual sufficiency. You are not called to roam for leisure. Every step, every flight, every foreign street is part of a divine prescription. You, the called and sent one, are both the healer and the healed. For the sent one's healing often happens in motion. You tried to heal wounds in the same soil where they were inflicted. God is not inefficient. That is why you are being deployed not as escape, but as return to who you have always been. In a new city where no one knows your name or past labels, peel away roles, collapse, and what remains is pure and real. Each destination holds specific medicine mountains, grounding you, chaotic cities, teaching radical trust, coastlines, returning your heartbeat to the rhythm of the tide. But here is the mystery: as you heal, the land heals. Your wholeness anchors into the city's grid. You are spiritual acupuncture, God's needle awakening what has slept in creation. Your pain was never yours alone. By walking it out, you transmute it into healing for yourself and every place your feet touch. Movement is the medicine, and your presence is the cure. This path will not always feel like effortless flight. Divine deployment is not a promise of comfort, but of transformation. Turbulence is not detour, it is design. Fear will rise dressed in logic, but your security is now rooted in covenant. Isaiah chapter 58 verse 11 promises, "The Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your needs in scorched places." Not every open door is from God. Discernment is your shield. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, not only in doctrine, but in frequency. Plans will be disrupted, cancelled flights, lost luggage. These are divine redirections, training you to release control. Proverbs chapter 19 verse 21 establishes, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." And then there is the loneliness no one warns you about. This sacred isolation is not abandonment, it is fortification. Psalm 23 verse 4 declares, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Every shaking is heaven proving what is unshakable in you. Turbulence is not here to destroy you. It is here to reveal that you are always meant to rise. The system you are leaving measures success in things that rust and fade. The system you are entering measures in eternal, soul-deep, kingdom-sized returns. Expansion of heart as cultures dissolve us versus them. Reactivation of generational gifts when your feet touch ancestral soil. Divine ease where peace becomes your baseline. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 3 guarantees you will keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you, and the most sacred dividend of all your life becomes living proof that obedience unlocks overflow and freedom is contagious. Chosen ones, just as the call to travel is pulling you out to the nations. The Lord whispered, "One last thing, I'm not sending you alone or empty-handed." The same grace that opened the borders is now releasing your wealthy soulmate, the one heaven prepared to cover you, fund the journey, and run beside you. The mantle of movement and the mantle of provision are landing together. Your new life begins with both. Get ready. Consider a woman, a chosen one like you, who trod a similar path. She faced betrayal time and again with trusted allies, turning away in her hour of need. Her pillow bore the stains of countless tearful nights, and she believed herself forsaken. Yet unbeknownst to her, God was orchestrating in secret, safeguarding her heart, fortifying her spirit, and honing her ability to discern his voice. When the destined man entered her life, she knew him not by his wealth or looks, but by the tranquility her spirit felt in his presence. Her waiting was not squandered, it was woven into her testimony. Your story, chosen one, is being crafted similarly. The pain you've borne will one day testify that God never left you. What seemed like delay will unveil itself as divine precision. When the right partner arrives, you'll comprehend why no prior connection endured. Think about the story of a chosen one who once walked a path much like yours. She endured betrayal after betrayal. People she trusted turned their backs when she needed them most. Nights of crying left her pillow stained. She thought she was forgotten, but all the while God was working in secret. He was guarding her heart, strengthening her spirit, and teaching her to hear his voice clearly. When the right man finally stepped into her life, she recognized him not because of wealth, not because of appearance, but because her spirit felt peace in his presence. Her waiting was not wasted. It was woven into her testimony. Your own story is being shaped in the same way. The pain you endured will one day serve as proof that God never abandoned you. What once looked like delay will reveal itself as divine timing. And when the right person arrives, you will understand why nothing else worked before. Picture an artist chiseling a marble block. To passers-by, it appears as mere stone, cumbersome and formless. Yet the artist perceives a hidden masterpiece. Each chip removed, each strike of the tool unveils the sculpture within. So it has been with your past, chosen one, a series of careful carvings, molding you to stand alongside a divinely selected partner who recognizes your value and matches your purpose. The solitude, though painful, has forged unyielding resilience in your spirit. It has taught you to stand firm where others falter, to seek God as your primary refuge rather than relying on human aid. This strength will anchor you when your prosperous soulmate arrives, not because you require rescue, but because you are already complete. You will unite as equals, not as one in need and one as Savior. John chapter 14, verse 2-7 confirms, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid." That peace will mark your future bond, freeing you from past patterns of anxiety, pursuit of the uncommitted, or attempts to mend the unhealable. Instead, you'll find a serene assurance that this love is secure, crafted by heaven's hand. Imagine a sculptor with a block of marble. To anyone passing by, it looks like wasted stone, heavy and shapeless. But the sculptor sees what others cannot. With every strike of the chisel, with every fragment that falls away, the true masterpiece begins to appear. That is what your past has been, a series of chisels shaping you, preparing you to stand beside someone chosen. Someone who can see your worth, someone strong enough to match your calling. Loneliness, though painful, has carved resilience into your spirit. It has trained you to stand when others would fall. It has taught you to lean on God as your first refuge rather than man as your first rescue. That strength will serve you when your wealthy soulmate comes, not because you need saving, but because you are already whole. You will meet as equals, not as one desperate and one rescuing. John chapter 14, verse 2-7 confirms peace. I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. That peace is the marker of your future union. You will not find yourself repeating old cycles of anxiety, chasing after someone who runs from commitment or trying to fix someone unwilling to be healed. Instead, you will feel a stillness, a holy confirmation in your heart that this love is safe, that it was authored by heaven. You may look back on the betrayals, the cold shoulders, the heartbreaks, and finally understand they were not there to break you. They were there to remove what was never aligned, like a gardener pulling out weeds before planting roses. God was clearing your field so that when love finally blooms, it won't be choked out. Envision yourself as clay in a potter's kiln. The heat is intense, almost unbearable, yet it is this fire that hardens the clay to hold treasures securely. Without such tempering, the vessel would shatter under the slightest strain. Your seasons of solitude have been that kiln fortifying you, chosen one. Each quiet night was a moment when heaven murmured, "Hold fast. What I am preparing is worth the wait." Every tear sown has been a seed in the fertile ground of time. Soon those seeds will sprout into a harvest so plentiful it will leave you in awe. Your past heartaches have not excluded you. They have positioned you. The void you felt is on the cusp of being filled, not by just anyone, but by the one God has handpicked to walk beside you. The wait has been long, yet the arrival will be swift. You'll look back and see why the path unfolded as it did. And in that moment, gratitude will eclipse the sorrow, for you'll discern God's hand in every step you once questioned. Think of yourself as a vessel placed in a kiln. The fire is fierce, and it seems unbearable, but that very heat is what makes the vessel strong enough to hold precious treasure. Without the fire, the vessel would crack at the slightest pressure. Your lonely seasons have been the kiln, and you are stronger now because of it. Every silent night was a night heaven was whispering, "Wait a little longer. What I am preparing for you is worth it." Every tear was a seed planted in the soil of time. And soon those seeds will rise into a harvest so abundant that even you will be left in awe. Chosen one, your past heartbreaks have not disqualified you. They have positioned you. The emptiness you felt is about to be filled not by just anyone, but by the one handpicked by God to walk beside you. The waiting season has been long, yes, but the arrival will be swift. You will look back and understand why it had to take this route. And in that moment, gratitude will overwhelm the grief, because you will see the hand of God in every step you once questioned. A subtle stirring moves in the unseen, a quiet pulse your eyes cannot yet trace, yet your spirit senses its approach. Heaven has set in motion the convergence with your soulmate, a partner who transcends mere companionship, a divine counterpart. This union is not solely about romance. It is a covenant bearing profound significance in God's eternal plan. Chosen one, you may not yet see it, but every delay has aligned you with someone who has walked their own path of preparation. While you wept in solitude, they too faced trials, temptations, and moments of breaking. They are not flawless, but they are purposeful. As you have been refined, so have they. Picture two rivers divided by rugged peaks, each carving through stone and valley. For years they flow apart, unaware of one another. Yet in time they merge into a single mighty current, deeper and stronger than either could be alone. This is the vision of your divine union, two lives shaped by struggle, forged in faith, uniting in destiny. Know this, the orchestration is divine. You need not force, manipulate, or plead for it. God Himself is aligning circumstances, timing, and steps. One day you'll marvel at the precision of it all, how a single detour, delay, or heartache led you to this sacred intersection. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21 affirms, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Your visions of love, its form, its bearer, its timing may have differed, but heaven adheres not to your schedule. Heaven fulfills destiny, and when that hour arrives, no force can thwart it. There is a movement in the unseen, a stirring that you cannot yet trace with your eyes, but your spirit has begun to sense it. Heaven has set in motion the meeting of your soulmate, the one who is more than a companion, the one who is a divine match. This is not about romance alone. This is a covenant. This is about a union that carries weight in heaven's plan. Chosen one, you may not realize it, but every delay you face has been to align you with a person who has been walking their own preparation journey. While you cried in your silent room, they too faced battles, temptations, and moments of breaking. Just like you have been refined, so have they. Think of two rivers separated by mountains, each carving their way through valleys and stone. For years they flow apart, unseen by each other, but in time the rivers converge, becoming one mighty stream, stronger and deeper than either could have been alone. That is the picture of this divine meeting, two lives shaped by struggle, molded by faith, flowing together into destiny. And understand this, the orchestration is heavenly. You won't need to force it, manipulate it, or beg for it. God Himself is weaving circumstances, arranging timings, and positioning your steps. The day will come when you look back and marvel at how perfect the alignment was, how a single detour, a single delay, even a single heartbreak brought you to this appointed intersection. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21 affirms, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." You may have had your own ideas about what love should look like, who it should be, or when it should arrive, but heaven is not obligated to follow your timeline. Heaven fulfills destiny, and when that moment comes, no demon, no delay, and no mistake can prevent the encounter. Picture yourself at a bustling station, ticket in hand, awaiting your journey. Trains arrive and depart, some enticing, yet none bear your destination. Board too soon and you'll stray from your path. But when the destined train pulls in, it aligns perfectly with your ticket. No doubt, no struggle, no compromise. So it will be when your God-ordained partner stands before you, chosen one. Your season of waiting has honed your discernment, teaching you to spot imposters, not to breed cynicism, but to ensure you recognize the genuine when it arrives. You'll know, and more crucially, you'll be ready. Do not resent the gradual unfolding of this moment. Heaven is not tardy, it is exact. When your paths converge, you'll step into a cascade of blessing, companionship, and strength beyond your own making. Now anchor this moment with a gesture of faith. In the comments write, "I receive alignment," signaling not a wait for just anyone, but a commitment to God's purpose, timing, and covenant. By doing so, you reject facades, affirm your trust in heaven's orchestration, and prepare your spirit for what is already en route. This is not mere hope, it is alignment. Chosen one, heaven is active. Your divine match is not a far-off vision, but a reality unfolding step by step. Trust it, hold it, proclaim it. The same hand that sustained you through isolation will guide you into destiny's embrace. You won't need to pursue. The right one will see your value without proof. You won't beg for love, for God-sent love is unassailable. Like the dawn, it rises unforced, banishing shadows with its warmth. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 22 states, "When the time is right, I the Lord will make it happen." Alignment is key. By declaring "I receive alignment," you shift from striving to trust, allowing heaven to construct what no effort could achieve. You'll declare, "The wait, the tears, the silence, it was worth it, for destiny arrives, cloaked in God's impeccable timing." I want you to see yourself in this story, Imagine standing at a train station holding your ticket, waiting. Trains come and go. Some look appealing, but they are not your destination. If you board too early, you'll miss what was meant for you. But when the right train arrives, it matches your ticket exactly. No confusion, no forcing, no compromise. That is what it will feel like when this God-ordained connection finally stands before you. This is why your waiting season has required discernment. God has trained you to recognize counterfeit after counterfeit, not so that you become bitter, but so that when the authentic arrives, you will not mistake it. You will know, and more importantly, you will be ready. Do not despise the slow building of this moment. Heaven is not late. Heaven is precise. And when your rivers meet, you will step into a flow of blessing, companionship, and strength you could never have built on your own. Now I ask you to anchor this moment with an act of agreement. Write in the comments, I receive alignment. Why these words? Because you are not just waiting for anyone. You are declaring alignment with God's purpose, God's timing, and God's covenant. By writing this, you are rejecting counterfeits, letting heaven know you agree with His divine orchestration, and preparing your spirit for what is already on its way. This is not about wishing, it is about aligning. Chosen one, heaven is moving. Your divine match is not a distant dream. It is a present reality unfolding step by step. Trust it, hold it, declare it, for the same hand that carried you through loneliness will carry you into the embrace of destiny. And hear this clearly, you will not need to chase. The right one will recognize your worth without you having to prove yourself. You will not have to beg for love, because true love sent by God cannot be taken away. Think of how the sun rises each morning. You never have to force it, shout for it, or manipulate it. It simply appears at the appointed time, scattering darkness. That is how your soulmate will come, without struggle, without confusion, bringing clarity and warmth. This is why alignment matters. When you declare, I receive alignment, you are stepping out of striving and into trust. You are letting heaven arrange what no human effort could build. And when it happens, you will say, it was worth the wait. It was worth the tears. It was worth the silence, because destiny always arrives dressed in God's perfect timing. Provision extends beyond mere wealth. When God promises a soulmate to cover and provide, it encompasses more than finances, though prosperity will be part of the blessing. It's about security, protection, and the restoration of trust your heart has craved. You've navigated seasons where you were your own refuge, your own anchor, facing battles alone, bearing burdens too heavy. Yet God has witnessed every trial. His response is not mere relief, but renewal through partnership. This prosperous soulmate carries more than resources. They bear a mantle of shelter. Their presence will feel like a fortress against life's tempests. Their words will soothe the anxieties that once robbed your rest. Their prayers will guard you in ways wealth alone cannot. Provision is holistic, enabling you to stand united when life quakes. Picture a mighty oak by a river, its roots deep drawing from unseen springs. Birds nest in its branches, travelers rest in its shade, and its leaves thrive even in drought. This is the partner God is sending, a soul rooted in Him, offering stability through wealth, peace, wisdom, and spiritual fortitude. You've known too long the sting of fleeting promises and fragile bonds that crumbled under pressure. This will be different. This soulmate will stand firm, anchored, not in riches, but in God. Their wealth is not their essence, their heart is. James chapter 1 verse 17 reminds us, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. This soulmate is a divine gift timed by heaven, marked by steadfastness and security, unmistakable in its sacred origin. There is a dimension of provision that goes beyond money. When God speaks of sending you a soulmate who will cover and provide, it is not just about financial wealth, though that will be part of the blessing. It is about security, protection, and the restoration of trust that your heart has longed for. You have carried yourself through seasons where you had to be your own shelter, your own safety net. You have known what it is like to walk into battles without backup, to pay the price alone, to shoulder responsibilities that felt too heavy. Yet God has seen every struggle. And His answer is not only relief, but restoration through companionship. This wealthy soulmate carries more than resources. They carry a mantle of covering. Their presence will feel like standing under a strong roof while the storm rages outside. Their voice will calm the fear that once stole your sleep. Their prayers will shield you in ways money never could. Provision is more than material. It is the ability to stand together when life shakes everything else. Consider the image of an oak tree planted by streams of water. Its roots run deep, drawing strength from hidden sources. Birds find rest in its branches. Weary travelers find shade under its canopy, and its leaves remain green even in heat. That oak tree is what God is sending into your life, a partner deeply rooted in Him, able to provide stability, not only in wealth, but in peace, wisdom, and spiritual strength. You have endured instability for too long. Temporary people, temporary promises, relationships that looked strong but withered when pressure came. But this will be different. This person will not be blown away by the winds of life because their foundation is built on God. Their wealth is not their anchor. God is. Their riches are not their identity. Their heart is. James, chapter 1, verse 17 reminds us, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows." This soulmate is not coming because of your effort or because of chance. They are a gift timed by heaven. And when the gift arrives, you will not have to question whether it is from God. The consistency, the safety, the steadfastness, they will all be signs of divine origin. Reflect on a man, a chosen one who toiled for years to sustain himself. He labored relentlessly, bore the weight of failed endeavors, and often questioned why no aid arrived. Yet when his destined partner entered, everything transformed. She brought not only financial strength, but insight that unlocked paths he'd never envisioned. Together they walked in abundance, not because he lacked, but because she was sent to complement his weaknesses. So it will be with you, chosen ones. Your soulmate will not diminish you, but fulfill God's original design. Your strengths will uplift them. Their covering will bolster you, creating a balanced partnership. Provision doesn't foster dependence, it ensures security. Like a house weathering a storm, its walls don't rival the roof, nor does the foundation clash with the beams. Each element has its role. Your union will be a symphony of strengths, not a contest of power. Envision provision as a warm mantle draped over your shoulders. You've journeyed long, exposed to harsh winds and bitter cold. Now a tailored shield arrives, not a burden, but a sanctuary. This is your soulmate's gift. Prepare your heart, chosen one, to receive it. You've been conditioned to expect struggle to bear all alone. But God is rewriting your narrative. Where scarcity reigned, abundance will flow. Where fear looms, safety will rise. Where solitude lingered, a covenant shield would stand. James chapter 1, verse 17 reminds us, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows." Let's return for a moment to the story of another chosen one, a man who spent years struggling to provide for himself. He worked tirelessly, carried shame from failed attempts at building his life, and often wondered why no one came to help. But the moment his divine partner stepped into his life, everything shifted. She carried not only financial strength, but wisdom that opened doors he never imagined. Together, they began to walk in abundance, not because he was weak, but because she was sent as his covering in areas where he lacked. In the same way, you will discover that your soulmate is not here to diminish you, but to complete what God intended from the beginning. Where you are strong, you will uplift them. Where you have been weak, they will cover you, and together you will move in balance. Provision is not meant to make you dependent. It is meant to make you secure. When a house stands against a storm, the walls do not compete with the roof, and the foundation does not fight it with the beams. Every part has its place. In the same way, this union will not be a competition of power, but a harmony of strengths. Think of provision as a cloak placed around your shoulders. You have walked long roads without covering, vulnerable to cold winds and harsh weather. But the cloak is warm-fitted, designed to shield you. That is what your soulmate will bring, not a burden, but a shelter. Chosen one, you must prepare your heart to receive this. For too long, you have been conditioned to expect struggle, to assume you must do everything alone. But God is rewriting your story. Where there was once lack, there will be overflow. Where there was fear, there will be security. Where there was loneliness, there will be covenant covering. This provision transcends the boundaries of your personal life, chosen one. It is a divine gift that will send waves of blessing far beyond your immediate world. Through the sacred union of your marriage, a ripple effect will touch countless lives, transforming hearts and futures. Your family will experience a newfound stability, a foundation so firm it weathers any storm. Parents, siblings, and loved ones will witness a harmony that speaks of God's faithfulness, a tangible reminder that His promises endure. Future generations will flourish under the legacy. You and your soulmate will forge a heritage of faith, resilience, and love that stands as a beacon for those yet to come. Even strangers unknown to you will encounter your story and find their spirits lifted, inspired by the testimony of a love so divinely orchestrated it defies human explanation. Your marriage will not be a quiet, private affair tucked away in the shadows. Instead, it will shine as a radiant lighthouse, guiding others to the truth of what God can accomplish when He unites two lives for His eternal purpose. Rest in this unshakable assurance. The days of fighting alone, of carrying burdens without support, are drawing to a close. A prosperous soulmate, deeply rooted in God's truth, is on their way to stand beside you. They will not only shield you from life's tempests, but also provide resources, emotional strength, and spiritual wisdom to build a future together. This partnership will usher in a season of security, a calm so profound it will hush the echoes of yesterday's storms, replacing chaos with peace. Imagine a mighty river, its waters flowing steadily from a hidden source high in the mountains. As it journeys, it nourishes the land, fills wells, and sustains entire communities. Your marriage will be like that river, chosen one, a source of life that extends far beyond its banks. The provision God is preparing through your soulmate is not merely for your comfort or survival. It is a conduit for divine abundance. Your home will become a sanctuary, a place where love and stability overflow, offering refuge to those weary from life's battles. Your children and their children after them will inherit not just material blessings, but a spiritual inheritance, a deep-rooted faith that anchors them through trials. The testimony of your love will travel like whispers on the wind, reaching those who feel forgotten, those who doubt that God still weaves miracles in the tapestry of human lives. Your union will stand as proof that heaven's plans are not confined to the individual, but are designed to bless communities, to restore hope, and to reflect God's glory in ways that echo through time. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 1-7 proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." Let this truth anchor your heart, chosen one. The battles you faced, the betrayals, the delays, the moments when hope seemed to slip through your fingers were not random. They were the enemy's futile attempts to derail the covenant God has prepared for you. But no weapon, no scheme, no storm can undo what heaven has ordained. Your soulmate, anchored in God's purpose, is coming to walk with you into a future where fear gives way to faith, where scarcity is replaced by abundance, and where loneliness is transformed into a partnership that radiates strength. This is not a fleeting promise, but a divine guarantee sealed by the one who never falters. Let this reality sink deep into your spirit. The provision God is sending is not solely for your benefit, though it will envelop you in security and love. Through your union, others will find their own paths illuminated. Picture a tree, its roots deep in fertile soil, its branches stretching wide to offer shade. Your family members will rest in the stability you create, finding peace in the harmony of your home. Your partnership will cast a protective canopy over those you love, shielding them from the harsh winds of uncertainty. Generations yet unborn will rise under the influence of your legacy, equipped with the wisdom and faith you've sown. Even those you may never meet, strangers in distant places, will hear of your love and find courage to trust in God's timing for their own lives. Your marriage will not be a private treasure hidden away for only you to cherish. It will be a public testimony, a living parable of what God can do when He joins two hearts in alignment with His will. Like a city set on a hill, your union will shine brightly. Impossible to ignore, drawing others to marvel at the beauty of divine orchestration. Rest in this unwavering promise. Chosen one, the days of standing alone, of shouldering every weight without support, are nearing their end. A wealthy soulmate grounded in God's unchanging truth is approaching, not to overshadow you, but to complement you. They will cover you with love that feels like a warm embrace, provide for you with resources that ease life's burdens, and build with you a life that glorifies God. Together, you will step into a season of security that silences the storms of your past. The fears that once kept you awake, the doubts that whispered you were forgotten, the wounds that lingered from broken promises, all will fade in the presence of this covenant love. Your soulmate's strength will not diminish your own, but will amplify it, creating a partnership where both of you thrive as equals, united in purpose. This is the vision God has painted for you, a love that not only heals, but multiplies, a union that not only blesses you, but becomes a blessing to the world. Consider the image of a tapestry woven with intricate patterns by a master's hand. Each thread, every trial, every tear, every moment of waiting has been carefully placed to create a masterpiece. Your marriage will be that tapestry, chosen one, a work of art that tells a story of redemption, provision, and divine love. The blessings flowing through your union will touch those closest to you, strengthening family bonds and creating memories of joy. They will reach forward to generations who will speak of your faith as their foundation. And they will extend outward, inspiring strangers who hear your story and find hope in their own seasons of waiting. This is the power of a God-ordained union. It does not exist in isolation, but radiates light that pierces the darkness. As you prepare to step into this covenant, hold fast to the truth that your love story is not just yours. It is a chapter in God's greater narrative, a testament to His faithfulness that will echo long after you are gone. A battle has raged over your love story. Do not dismiss its intensity. The delays, betrayals, and repetitive cycles were not mere chance, but deliberate attempts by the enemy to bar you from the covenant God ordained. Each disappointment aimed to crush your hope, each impostor sought to divert you, and every heartbreak tried to convince you that true love and provision were beyond reach. Yet here you stand still, listening, still clinging to faith, chosen one. That is your victory. The enemy could not steal your trust in God. Understand this. The opposition targeted not your past, but your future. The enemy dreaded the strength of your covenant, for when two chosen ones unite under God, they don't merely form a marriage, they erect a stronghold. Their love doesn't just bind them, it births a legacy that terrifies darkness. Picture a fortress under siege, assailants storming from all sides, yet when its gates are fortified and walls stand firm, it becomes impregnable. That is your future, marriage bolstered, protected, and upheld by God's hand. No weapon will prevail against it. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 1-7 proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. This is your inheritance. The enemy's assaults may have scarred you, but they could not destroy you. You remain because God has preserved you for the covenant ahead. There has been a battle over your love story. Do not underestimate it. The delays you faced, the betrayals you endured, the cycles that seemed to repeat themselves, these were not random. They were the enemy's attempt to block you from stepping into the covenant that God ordained for you. Every disappointment was a strategy to break your hope. Every counterfeit was an assignment to distract you. And every heartbreak was meant to convince you that true love, true provision would never be yours. But here you are, still listening, still holding on. That is proof. The enemy could not steal your faith. Chosen one, understand this clearly. The opposition was never about your past. It was about your future. The enemy feared the power of your covenant, because when two chosen ones unite under God, they do not just build a marriage. They establish a fortress. They do not just share love. They release legacy, and legacy terrifies darkness. Picture this, a city under siege. Enemies attack from every side, hoping to break through the walls. But when the gates are reinforced, when the walls stand unshaken, the city becomes untouchable. That is what your marriage will be: fortified, guarded, protected by God's hand. No weapon will prosper against it. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord. This is your heritage." The enemy's attempts may have wounded you, but they could not destroy you. You are still here because God has preserved you for the covenant that is coming. Your struggles will become testimonies that ignite hope in others. When you share your journey, chosen one, it will affirm that God still authors love stories, still provides, and still sends the destined at the appointed hour. This is why spaces like this are vital, a sanctuary reminding you of your value, assuring you your story is unfinished. If these words have kindled hope within you, gently urge you to help sustain this light. A lamp requires oil to burn brightly, and this message needs support to reach hearts worldwide. If moved, consider contributing not from obligation, but as a willing act to keep this flame alive. Think of it as adding kindling to a fire, spreading warmth further. Your support through liking, sharing, or subscribing is already potent. Donating, if you feel led, is like watering a seedling. It may seem small, yet it yields a harvest, touching countless souls waiting in silence, wondering if God remembers them. From my heart to yours, if this message has uplifted you, consider uplifting others. Share it to spark hope in another at their breaking point. Subscribe to receive ongoing encouragement. And if inspired, donate as an act of faith, ensuring this oil flows so the flame endures. This is always voluntary, never required, for love and generosity cannot be coerced. When freely given, they carry heaven's essence. Picture a vibrant garden, each bloom radiant. Behind its splendor is one who waters diligently. Without care, the petals fade, but through giving, the garden thrives. Your support keeps this garden of words flourishing, offering hope to the weary. While some overlook giving, those who sow understand you never lose by nurturing a garden, for in time you'll rest in its shade. Accept this as an invitation, not a demand. If your heart stirs, act. If not, know the message, promise, and blessing are yours, unwithheld. Above all, remember the enemy sought to delay you, but failed. Your prosperous soulmate approaches unstoppable by any weapon, counterfeit, or setback. The battle only proves the blessing's reality. Hold this truth close, chosen one. You are on the cusp of a love story. Heaven has sealed. Isaiah chapter 54 verse 17 proclaims, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." And now, hear this. The very battles that were meant to bury you are becoming testimonies that will inspire others. When you share your story, people will know that God is still writing love stories, still providing, still sending the right ones at the right time. That is why spaces like this matter, a place where you are reminded of your worth, a place where you are reminded that your story is not over. And if these words have poured into you, if they have lit a small flame of hope in your heart, I want to gently invite you to help keep this light shining. Just as a lamp needs oil to keep burning, this message also needs support to keep reaching hearts across the world. If you feel led, consider giving, not out of pressure, not as a condition, but as a willing act to keep this flame alive. Think of it as placing another log on the fire so the warmth continues to spread. Your support, whether through liking, sharing, or subscribing, is already powerful. And if you feel moved, donating is like water poured onto a seed. It may seem small, but together it produces harvest. This harvest is not just for you. It touches countless others who are waiting in silence, wondering if God has forgotten them. So here is my heart to yours. If this message has blessed you, consider blessing back. Share this word so someone else may find it at the exact moment they need hope. Subscribe so you do not miss the next flow of encouragement prepared for you. And if you feel moved, donate as a free will act of faith, helping keep the oil flowing so the flame never goes out. Remember, it is always voluntary, never demanded. Love cannot be forced, and neither can generosity. But when love is given freely, it carries heaven's fragrance. Let me give you an image. Imagine a garden filled with flowers, each one vibrant and alive. Behind the beauty of that garden is someone who quietly waters it every day. Without the water, the flowers would fade. Without care, the colors would dim. But because someone chooses to give, the garden remains alive. Your support works the same way. It keeps this garden of words blooming so that those who are weary can walk through and breathe in hope again. And while some may dismiss giving, those who plant seeds always understand. You never lose by watering a garden, for in due time you too will sit in its shade. So take this as a gentle invitation, not a demand. If your heart feels moved, act on it. If not, still know this: the message is yours, the promise is yours, the blessing is yours. Nothing is withheld from you, but above all, remember the truth we began with. The enemy tried to delay you, but he failed. Your wealthy soulmate is still coming, and no weapon, no counterfeit, no disappointment can keep them from reaching you. The battle only proves the blessing is real. Hold this close to your heart. You are on the verge of stepping into the love story heaven has already sealed. God has a purpose in withholding a casual partner for you chosen one. The soulmate he has readied is prosperous, yet their wealth serves not vanity or greed, but a divine mission. Their provision aims not merely for comfort, but to lay foundations that honor God, sending blessings across generations. Consider this: wealth in unworthy hands breeds corruption, but in hands yielded to God, it transforms. Your waiting has been essential, preparing not only you, but also them. God is entrusting you both with a covenant rich in resources, yet its heart lies not in riches, but in purpose. Imagine a river flowing freely, irrigating fields, filling wells, sustaining communities. If hoarded, it stagnates, but when shared, it brings life. Your partner's resources will flow generously, blessing your life, family, purpose, and even those unknown to you. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18 instructs, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors as it is today. Fear not if their wealth seems daunting. If God is its source, the blessing is pure. If God is its foundation, it is secure." Chosen one, you may have wrestled with the question of how to recognize the one God has destined for you amidst a sea of faces, voices, and fleeting encounters. In a world filled with countless possibilities, how will you discern the soul truly sent by heaven? This question has lingered in your heart, perhaps stirring moments of doubt or anticipation. Yet the answer is beautifully simple. Your spirit will sense their presence before your mind can fully comprehend it. Their outward appearance or material wealth will not be the first signal, though they may carry themselves with grace and walk in divine abundance. The true hallmark of their arrival will be a profound peace, a serene calm that silences your deepest fears, dispels your lingering doubts, and feels like coming home from the very first moment you meet. Picture two tuning forks crafted with precision to vibrate in perfect harmony. When one is struck, the other responds instantly, humming with the same resonance as if they were made for each other. So it will be with your soul when you encounter this person. Your spirit will align with theirs in a natural, effortless connection untainted by the need to force or fabricate. This recognition will not be rooted in superficial attraction or temporary emotions that fade with time. Instead, it will spring from a deep spiritual resonance, a sacred harmony that speaks to the core of who you are. You may find yourself questioning this moment, wondering if such a connection could truly be real. Yet no matter how your mind wrestles, your spirit will anchor itself to that unshakable peace, drawing you back to the truth of this divine encounter. Their prayers will carry a weight of authority, as if heaven itself is speaking through them. Their words will echo the quiet whispers God has spoken to you in your private moments of prayer, affirming His promises in ways that feel both familiar and miraculous. Their character will reflect the lessons you've learned through seasons of waiting patience, resilience, and a steadfast faith that mirrors your own journey. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 warns, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" This is not a harsh limitation, but a loving safeguard, illuminating why past relationships often felt like struggling against relentless headwinds. Those connections were misaligned, pulling your spirit in directions that clashed with God's purpose. But with the one heaven sends, you will move in seamless unity. Your steps synchronized, your hearts beating in rhythm with God's plan. The confirmation of this divine match will reveal itself in the smallest details, each one a quiet testament to God's meticulous orchestration. Conversations will flow as effortlessly as if you've known each other for a lifetime, like old friends reunited after years apart. Laughter will bubble up naturally, as gentle and refreshing as a stream winding through a meadow. Even moments of silence will carry comfort, wrapping you in a warmth that soothes rather than unsettles. These are not mere coincidences, but sacred markers of alignment woven into the fabric of your encounter by heaven's hand. Imagine a lock guarding the chambers of your heart, its mechanism intricate and unique. For years, wrong keys, counterfeit connections have scratched, jammed, or failed to turn, leaving marks of disappointment or pain. But when the right key arrives, it will slide into place with ease, turning smoothly to unlock what has long been sealed. That is how it will feel when this person steps into your life, chosen one. Their presence will open doors within you that you thought were forever closed, revealing a love that fits perfectly with your soul's design. This sacred union will be defined by mutual recognition, a reciprocal affirmation that transcends doubt or hesitation. Just as your spirit discerns their worth, their spirit will recognize yours, seeing you as the treasure God has shaped you to be. There will be no need to prove your value or plead for their acceptance, for they will honor you from the outset, unwavering in their commitment. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 affirms, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" This divine wisdom underscores the harmony of your coming union, where light will meet light and faith will join faith. Your connection will not be a battle, but a dance, each step guided by the Spirit, each moment a reflection of God's perfect timing. Consider the image of a compass, its needle trembling until it finds true north. Your heart-chosen one has been searching, navigating through storms and detours, yet it will settle when it aligns with the one God has chosen. Their presence will feel like a homecoming, not because they are perfect, but because they are purposeful. Their faith will strengthen yours. Their love will mirror God's, and their life will intertwine with yours to fulfill a calling greater than either of you could achieve alone. Every trial you've faced, every moment of waiting has been preparation for this moment of recognition. The delays were not denials, but divine protection, ensuring that no counterfeit could claim the place reserved for this sacred union. When they arrive, you will know not by the clamor of the world, but by the quiet certainty of your spirit, testifying to a love that heaven has authored, a covenant that no force can break. You may have wondered how you will recognize the one God has chosen for you, with so many faces, so many voices, and so many possibilities. How will you know who is truly sent by heaven? This is a question that has weighed on your heart. Yet the answer is simple. Your spirit will recognize them before your mind can reason it out. The first sign will not be outward beauty, though they may carry themselves with grace. It will not be their possessions, though they may walk in abundance. The first sign will be peace, a peace that silences your fears, quiets your doubt, and feels like home even though you just met. Think of two tuning forks. Strike one, and the other begins to vibrate with the same sound. They were made to resonate together. That is what will happen in your soul when you encounter this person. You will sense harmony without having to force it. This recognition will not be rooted in lust or surface attraction. It will be spiritual. You might even try to question it to convince yourself that it is too good to be true. But your spirit will keep returning to that peace. You will notice their prayers carry weight. Their words will align with what God has been whispering to you in secret. Their character will mirror the lessons you learned in your waiting season. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 warns, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" This verse is not meant to limit you. It is meant to protect you. It is the reason why so many past relationships felt like walking against the wind. Your spirit and theirs were never in agreement. But with the one God is sending, the opposite will be true. You will walk in step, not in struggle. There will also be confirmation in the small details conversations that feel familiar, as though you've known each other for years. Laughter that comes easily like streams flowing over stones. Silence that is comfortable rather than heavy. These are not coincidences. They are markers of alignment. Imagine a lock and a key. For years, you may have tried to fit the wrong keys into the lock of your heart. They turned partway, scratched the surface, or even damaged the lock, but they never opened it. The right key, however, will slide in with ease, turning smoothly, opening what was once shut. That is how it will feel when the right person enters. And this recognition will not be one-sided. Just as your spirit discerns them, their spirit will also recognize you. They will not be confused about your value, nor will they hesitate about your place in their life. Mutual recognition is the hallmark of divine union. Consider a chosen one weary from repeated false starts, nearly resigned to solitude. Then, unexpectedly, she met someone. From their first exchange, peace prevailed. No striving, no need to prove herself, only clarity. Later, she described it not as fireworks, but as a steady flame unextinguished because heaven kindled it. God's timing operates thus, not always with fanfare, but with unshakable certainty. Counterfeits spark doubts. The true one dissolves them. Stay attuned to the Spirit chosen one. Discernment is not suspicion, but listening. The Spirit within you will guide true. The God who preserved you through loneliness won't mislead you now. Picture a shepherd and his flock sheep heed only their shepherd's voice, not a stranger's. Your heart will know this person's voice echoing the Spirit within you. This recognition required your weight. Wrong partners would have crowded out the right one. Haste might have muted the quiet voice of confirmation. God cleared the clamor so you'd hear clearly when the true one speaks. When they arrive, this bond will deepen peace, growing into trust into covenant. Fear not missing them. Heaven's alignment is unmissable. Your task is not to chase, but to remain sensitive. When they appear, your spirit will affirm before your eyes believe. 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 14 warns, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" Let us consider the story of a chosen one who had grown weary of false starts. She had nearly given up believing perhaps she was meant to walk alone. Then one day she met someone unexpected. From the very first exchange there was peace, no striving, no proving, no performance, only clarity. Later she would say it was not fireworks, it was a steady flame. That flame never went out because it was lit by heaven. That is how God's timing works. It may not come with dramatic signs, but it will come with unshakable assurance. When the counterfeit appears, you wrestle with questions. When the true one arrives, the questions fade. Chosen one, this is why you must stay sensitive to the Spirit. Discernment is not about suspicion, it is about listening. The Spirit within you will not lead you astray. The same God who preserved you through loneliness will not confuse you now. Think also of a shepherd and his sheep. The sheep do not follow a stranger's voice. They know the voice of their shepherd. In the same way, your heart will know the voice of this person, because their words will echo the same spirit that speaks to you. This recognition is the reason you had to wait. If the wrong person had stayed, you would not have had room to recognize the right one. If you had rushed into a counterfeit, you might have silenced the still small voice of confirmation. God cleared the noise so you could hear clearly when the true one speaks. And when they arrive, your recognition will not be fleeting. It will deepen with time. The more you walk together, the stronger the resonance becomes. What begins as peace will grow into trust, and trust will give way to covenant. So do not worry about missing them. You cannot miss what heaven has aligned. Your role is not to chase, but to stay attuned. When they appear, you will know. Your spirit will testify before your eyes can even believe it. Every covenant rests on promises, yet not all hold equal weight. Human vows may fade, but heaven's pledges endure. When God speaks of your destined union, it's no fleeting oath, but a covenant sealed in spirit, deeper than altar words. You've heard hollow promises before. I'll never leave. I'll always stay, spoken in passion, but abandoned in trials, wounding you with their rootlessness, like seeds scattered on barren ground. God's plan differs. Your soulmate's promises will flow not from mere words, but from their bond with God. Picture a bridge spanning a chasm. A frail one sways and cracks, but a covenant bridge built with steel and stone stands firm under any load, its strength in its tested foundation. Your partner's words will carry weight grounded in obedience to God. Matthew chapter 7 verse 24 teaches, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock." Your union will stand on rock, unshaken by storms, rains, or winds. Covenant language transcends fleeting emotions rooted in choice and destiny. You'll hear it in their prayers, not just for themselves, but for you, fragrant with protection. They'll speak not only of plans, but of God's will over your life. This is covenant, life-giving, faith-affirming, standing firm because it's ordained. Imagine a warrior in battle. A hired hand flees when danger peaks, but a covenant soldier stands shield raised, unwavering. Such is the bond God weaves for you. Moreover, this language creates together. You'll speak dreams and purposes into being, sowing seeds for generational fruit. Picture a vineyard. A lone vine yields some grapes, but intertwined, tended vines abound. Your covenant will be such a vineyard, each encouragement and faith declaration yielding abundant fruit, not just for you, but for all who witness God's goodness through your union. Matthew chapter 7 verse 24 teaches, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock." So do not worry about missing them. You cannot miss what heaven has aligned. Your role is not to chase, but to stay attuned. When they appear, you will know. Your spirit will testify before your eyes can even believe it. Every covenant is built on promises, but not all promises carry the same weight. The promises of men can fade with time, but the promises written in heaven stand unbroken. When God speaks of the union, He is preparing for you. It is not a shallow vow. It is a covenant sealed in spirit, and it reaches deeper than words spoken at an altar. You may have heard empty declarations before. I'll never leave you. I'll always be here. Promises spoken in emotion, but forgotten in trial. Those words wounded you because they carried no root. They were like seeds thrown on hard soil, easily snatched away, never growing into life. But what God is arranging will be different. The promises spoken by your soulmate will not simply come from their lips. They will flow from their covenant with God. Think of a bridge built over deep waters. A weak bridge sways under pressure, cracking when weight is applied, but a covenant promise is like a bridge reinforced with steel and stone. It holds not because of appearance, but because its foundation has been tested. The words your partner speaks will carry weight because they will stand on a foundation of obedience to God. Matthew chapter 7 verse 24 teaches, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock." This union will be built on rock, not sand. And because of that, storms may come, rains may fall, winds may blow, but it will not collapse. The language of covenant is stronger than temporary emotions. It is rooted in decision and destiny. You will hear it in their prayers. They will not only pray for themselves, but they will pray for you. Their words will carry the fragrance of protection and covering. They will not only speak about future plans, they will declare God's will over your life. This is the language of covenant, speaking life, declaring faith, promising to stand not because it is easy, but because it is ordained. Imagine a soldier on the battlefield. When the fighting grows fierce, a mercenary may flee because his loyalty is shallow. But a covenant warrior stands shields raised, refusing to abandon the one beside him. That is the kind of bond God is weaving for you. And more than that, knowing language carries creativity. Together you will begin to speak new things into existence, dreams, visions, and assignments that are not possible in isolation. Words are seeds. And in this union, seeds will be sown that will produce fruit for generations. Let us return to the image of a vineyard. A single vine may bear grapes, but when vines are intertwined and tended, they produce abundance. The covenant you are stepping into will be like a vineyard where every word of encouragement, every declaration of faith becomes another cluster of fruit. This fruit is not just for you. It is for those who will taste and see that God is good through the testimony of your union. Your waiting chosen one has sharpened your ability to discern empty vows from true ones. You've felt the pain of broken promises, but soon you'll know the power of those kept. The one God sends won't need grand speeches. Their steadfastness will speak louder. Their actions will mirror their words. Their protection proving their commitment. Fear not the covenant. It's not confinement, but liberation, freeing you from abandonment's shadow, from uncertainty, from solitary burdens. It's two lives choosing daily to walk under heaven's gaze. Despite past scars urging caution, know this covenant is God's design from Eden's first pair to Ruth and Boaz in the fields. God delights in unions, reflecting his faithfulness, not a human notion, but a divine one. When your soulmate speaks covenant, embrace its gravity, for it's not lightly given, nor easily broken. These promises are etched in the stone of God's will. Your covenant, a fortified melody to carry you through every storm and season. Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 teaches, "Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock." Chosen one, your seasons of waiting have sharpened your discernment, honing your ability to separate hollow words from promises that carry eternal weight. You have felt the sharp pain of broken vows, the ache of assurances that crumbled under the pressures of life. Those moments left scars, but they also taught you to recognize truth when it speaks. Soon you will experience the unshakable strength of promises fulfilled, delivered by the one God has appointed for you. This soulmate will not rely on eloquent speeches or fleeting charm to win your trust. Their steadfast consistency will proclaim their integrity louder than any words could. Their actions will mirror their declarations, each step aligning with the commitments they make. Their covering, their love, protection, and provision will serve as a living testament to their devotion. Do not fear the covenant that awaits you, chosen one. Covenant is not a chain that binds you in confinement. It is a sacred freedom that liberates your soul. It releases you from the haunting fear of abandonment, from the uncertainty that once clouded your path, and from the burden of carrying life's weights in solitude. Covenant is the daily choice of two lives to walk hand in hand under the watchful gaze of heaven, their steps guided by divine purpose. Though your past may stir hesitation, and though your scars may whisper warnings to guard your heart, hold fast to this truth. Covenant is God's original design woven into the fabric of creation itself. From the first union of Adam and Eve in the lush Garden of Eden to the faithful bond of Ruth and Boaz amidst the golden fields, God has always rejoiced in partnerships that reflect his unwavering faithfulness. This is not a mere human construct prone to frailty and failure. It is a heavenly vision authored by the one who never breaks his word. When the language of covenant flows from your soulmate's lips, do not be startled by its profound weight. Embrace it with reverence. Honor it with trust, for these promises will not be spoken carelessly or discarded lightly. They are not scribbled in fading ink easily washed away by time or trial. They are etched deep into the rock of God's eternal will, unyielding and unbreakable. The covenant destined for you is not fragile like glass easily shattered by life's storms. It is fortified, built on the foundation of divine purpose, and it will become the melody that carries your union through every tempest, every season, and every chapter of the story yet to unfold. Picture a mighty oak, its roots anchored deep in the earth, standing firm against howling winds. Your covenant will be like that tree, resilient, enduring a testament to God's sustaining grace. This sacred bond will weave a tapestry of love that not only envelops you, but also radiates outward, touching lives beyond your own. Your soulmate's promises will be more than words. They will be seeds sown in faith, sprouting into a harvest of stability and hope. Together, you will build a legacy that echoes through generations, a beacon of what it means to walk in alignment with heaven's plan. The trials of your past, the moments when you questioned your worth, were not wasted. They were the forge where God refined your spirit, preparing you to receive a love that is both steadfast and transformative. As you step into this covenant, you will find that the fears that once held you captive, fear of betrayal, fear of being unseen, dissolve in the light of a partnership rooted in God's truth. Your soulmate will not only speak of love, but live it their every action, a brushstroke in the masterpiece God is painting through your union. There is a holy beauty in having been concealed, chosen one. You may have felt overlooked, as if the world passed you by, leaving you forgotten or invisible. But in truth, you were never abandoned. You were being preserved, held close by heaven's hand. God veiled you not because you lacked worth, but because your value is immeasurable, a treasure too precious to be exposed to those who would mishandle your heart or siphon your spirit. Imagine a rare gem hidden deep within the heart of a mountain, shielded from careless feet that might trample it. It lies in wait, not for just anyone, but for the one destined to unearth it at the precise moment ordained by the Creator. So it has been with you, covered, cherished, and guarded by divine intention. This season of obscurity has been your sanctuary, chosen one, a shield that protected you while God shaped you in the quiet. While others pursued fleeting romances that sparkled briefly before fading, you were being molded in the silence, your character refined by unseen hands. While others sought the applause of the crowd, you learned to walk with God in the hidden places, your steps steady even when no one watched. This time of being concealed has not weakened you. It has fortified you, preparing you for an unveiling that will be nothing short of divine. Your emergence will be unshakable, anchored in the strength of heaven's purpose. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 2 reveals, "He made my mouth like a sharpened sword. In the shadow of his hand, he hid me. He made me a polished arrow concealed in his quiver." You are that polished arrow, chosen one, not cast aside or forgotten, but carefully honed for a precise purpose. God has sharpened your spirit, refined your faith, and kept you in his quiver, ready for the moment. He releases you to strike the mark he has set. When that moment comes, it will be with pinpoint accuracy, aligning you with the one who will recognize your worth and walk beside you in covenant love. Picture an archer drawing back the bow with steady hands, aiming with unwavering focus. Your unveiling will be like that arrow's flight, swift, true, and unstoppable, hitting the target of God's perfect plan. Your season of hiddenness has been a womb of transformation, shaping you into a vessel ready to carry the weight of this sacred union. The solitude you endured was not punishment, but preparation, teaching you to lean on God as your first refuge and to value the quiet strength that comes from his presence. When you step into the light, it will not be as one diminished by waiting, but as one radiant with purpose, your spirit glowing with the resilience forged in the shadows. Your soulmate will see you not as a shadow, but as a light, not as a burden, but as a blessing. Together you will shine as two flames united, not to dim each other, but to blaze brighter, illuminating paths for others to follow. This is the glory of your unveiling chosen one, a moment, not of chance, but of divine revelation, where heaven presents you to the one who was also prepared, also refined for this very purpose. Trust that the God who hid you will reveal you at the appointed time, and when he does, the world will see the masterpiece he has been crafting in secret. There is something holy about being hidden. For years you may have felt overlooked, forgotten, even invisible. But in truth, you were being preserved. God hid you not because you were unworthy, but because you were priceless. He kept you away from those who could not handle your value, those who would have misused your heart, those who would have drained your oil. Think of a rare jewel deep within a mountain. It is not left exposed on the surface where anyone can trample it. It is hidden in the dark, waiting for the right hands to uncover it at the right time. That is how heaven has treated you, covered, concealed, preserved. Chosen one, this hiding season has been your protection. While others flaunted themselves before counterfeit love, you were being shaped in silence. While others sought recognition, you were learning to walk with God unseen. That is why, when your unveiling comes, it will not be fragile. It will be fortified. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 2 reveals, "He made my mouth like a sharpened sword. In the shadow of his hand, he hid me. He made me a polished arrow concealed in his quiver." You are the polished arrow. You have not been forgotten. You have been sharpened. And when God releases you, it will be at the perfect moment, hitting the exact target. Reflect on another chosen one yearning for love, yet meeting only disappointment. She feared she was flawed, doomed to obscurity. Unseen God was preserving her for a man equally hidden, diligently, building, patiently, waiting. Their unveiling was like twin stars piercing the night, their combined light radiant from lessons learned in darkness. Do not begrudge your hidden season, chosen one. The cocoon's solitude births the butterfly's wings. Without this seclusion, transformation would falter. Soon you'll see God is lifting the veil, preparing to reveal you, not to all, but to the one destined to cherish your worth, unafraid of your brilliance, amplifying your light. At that unveiling, every rejection, delay, and silence will reveal its purpose, not abandonment, but protection, keeping you for this sacred hour. Anchor this truth with a declaration, write "hidden for glory" in the comments, capturing your journey's essence. You weren't concealed to be forgotten, but to be readied. This affirms your season of silence as preparation, aligning with God's view your past, not as rejection, but as purpose. It's a faith statement. You trust the process, the timing, the glorious unveiling. As you write, you align with heaven's intent for your seclusion. The hiding has served its role. The unveiling nears a revelation, not a random event. Isaiah chapter 49 verse 2 reveals, "He made my mouth like a sharpened sword. In the shadow of his hand, he hid me. He made me a polished arrow concealed in his quiver." This sacred bond will be fortified by a divine partnership, a threefold cord that binds you, your soulmate, and God himself in an eternal embrace. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 12 affirms, "Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves." A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Your marriage will embody this unbreakable strength, woven together by heaven's hand. Storms may rage, but they will not shatter your covenant. Envy may cast its gaze, but it will not shake your foundation. The glory of your union will endure not because of human effort, but because it is anchored in the one who never fails. Imagine a rope, each strand strong, yet vulnerable alone. When braided together, it becomes a lifeline capable of withstanding immense strain. So it will be with your marriage, a resilient bond that holds fast through every trial, its beauty magnified by the presence of God at its core. Your unveiling, chosen one, is not a random event, but a divine appointment, the culmination of years of preparation in the hidden places. The world may see only the moment you step into the light, but heaven knows the countless nights you spent in prayer, the tears that watered the soil of your faith, the moments you chose to trust when doubt seemed easier. This covenant will be a living parable, a story that speaks of redemption, restoration, and the power of God's timing. It will inspire those who have lost hope, reminding them that waiting is never wasted when God is the author. As you and your soulmate walk together, your love will ripple outward, touching family, friends, and even strangers with its warmth. Your home will become a sanctuary, your partnership a fortress, and your testimony a song that echoes through generations. Stand ready. Chosen one with a heart full of gratitude and expectation. The glory awaiting you is not just a moment, but a legacy, a light that will burn brightly long after you have stepped into the fullness of God's promise. Do not be surprised if the unveiling feels sudden. What seems like an overnight shift to you has been years in the making. Heaven moves slowly in preparation, but swiftly in manifestation. Think of a flower bud. For weeks it looks the same, tightly closed, almost lifeless. Then in a single morning it bursts open, releasing color and fragrance. Nothing happened overnight. It was growing silently all along. Your unveiling will feel the same. This is why your hidden season deserves gratitude. Without it, you might not have grown the depth, the wisdom, the resilience you now carry. By declaring hidden for glory, you are choosing to see your waiting not as wasted time, but as a womb of destiny. Soon the world will witness what heaven has been guarding. And when it happens, it will not just be about your joy, it will be about testimony. Your unveiling will remind others who feel forgotten that God is still faithful. Your story will whisper into their silence. Waiting is never wasted when God is the author. There is a weight of glory on the covenant you are stepping into. This soulmate, this wealthy partner sent by God, is not just provision for today, but destiny for tomorrow. You are about to wear a mantle that carries marriage glory, and it will shine brighter than you can imagine. Think. Your marriage will be a threefold cord, you your soulmate, and God himself as the eternal strand binding it together. That is why storms will not break it. That is why envy will not shake it. That is why your union will carry glory. This mantle is not yours alone, but a vessel for God's revelation through you. Your marriage will be a living parable, chosen one, showing faithfulness, rewarded, provision multiplied, and covenant honored, stirring others to believe. If God did this for them, he can for me. Picture a cathedral, its stained glass fragile, yet breathtaking when light pours through, painting the floor in vibrant hues. So will your union be two souls, imperfect, yet radiant, when God's light shines through, creating beauty. Your marriage won't be perfect, but glorious, its story touching countless hearts. Every prayer, testimony, and word you share will ripple like waves on a calm lake, which is why I speak these messages, seeds carried by the wind, rooting in unseen hearts. If this has sparked hope in you, chosen one, I invite you to nurture this garden. Liking or sharing opens a window, letting light into another's darkness. Subscribing is returning to a well, its water ever flowing to refresh you. Donating, if led, is pouring oil into a lamp, not to sustain it, but to make it shine brighter, reaching further, warming more. There's no obligation, only choice, as love and generosity must be free. A garden blooms not by demand, but by willing care. Support is voluntary, beautiful, sacred. Picture these messages as a lighthouse on a cliff, guiding ships to safety. Its beam requires tending oil for its lamp. Your likes, shares, subscriptions, or donations fuel that light, ensuring it guides others through storms. The glory of your covenant, chosen one, is not to be hidden. As you step into a love that provides and covers, we sustain a space pouring strength globally. If these words resonate, respond as your heart leads. Share to spark hope, subscribe for ongoing encouragement, or donate, cherished like rain on parched soil, keeping this garden vibrant. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 12 gives us this image. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Chosen one, as you stand on the threshold of this divine covenant, let your heart be anchored in the unshakable truth that your journey, every tear, every silent night, every moment of waiting has been a sacred preparation for a love that reflects God's glory. Your union will not only bind 2 hearts, but will weave a legacy that radiates hope, healing, and purpose to a world in need. Embrace this moment with bold faith, knowing that the God who preserved you through the wilderness is now unveiling a future where your scars become stories, your pain becomes praise, and your solitude gives way to a partnership that shines like a beacon. Step forward, unafraid, with gratitude for the past and expectancy for the promise ahead. Declare your readiness. Write, "I am ready" in the comments, signaling to heaven that you trust his timing and welcome the soulmate he has ordained. Share this message to spark hope in another. Subscribe to stay rooted in this truth, and if led, pour into this ministry to keep its light burning bright. Your love story. Chosen One is heaven's masterpiece, and its brilliance will echo for generations, proclaiming that God's faithfulness never fails.